I'm Sabine, as I was already introduced, and I'm really happy to be here today to speak about the Inbound 2018 product updates. Actually really happy to be here today because since yesterday afternoon it wasn't so clear yet. Actually I was sitting in my hotel room here in Manchester and had a very, very bad migraine. So I wasn't even sure if I can come at all. And even happier than that I'm actually able to make it. So I heard you are very funny people in Manchester, but apparently not very sympathetic, because otherwise I would have heard a aw. Yeah, no aw, so okay. Well, no sympathy for me, fine. No others. No, I'm fine again, so I'm glad to be here. And before we get started, I want to introduce myself. I'm Sabine Schmidt. I work as an implementation specialist in our Dublin office for a year and a quarter now, not quite a year and a half. Year and a quarter, so compared to then quite a newbie, but still I know the product very well. And as you can hear from my very thick Irish accent and my traditional Gaelic name, also born and raised in Ireland. No kidding. Any guesses where I'm from?
Germany.
Yeah, very good then. So that's quite obvious. The only thing I have in common with a native Irish, I guess, is my name. That is equally difficult to pronounce for foreigners than the traditional Gaelic names, because it's Sabine. Usually people call me Sabina or Sabine, or Stan calls me Sabine. That's also a new way. It's Sabine, but don't worry, call me as you like. We already established that most of you guys are already HubSpot users. So what I would be interested in though, who of you is using HubSpot Professional? Raise your hands. Okay, that's quite a bit. And who of you is on Enterprise? Okay, a bit less. Cool. So already have to warn you, the interactive component won't stop after Dan's talk. I will also ask you some questions and participate. If not, I have to call Ruth or Charlotte or Emma, because these are the only names I recall. So in their favor, participate a bit. And I mean, most of you guys probably had an implementation specialist yourself. Did you all have an implementation specialist? Yeah, no reaction. Starts good. For those who didn't, basically what I do the onboarding with our new clients for the first few months, and basically I help them to implement all the tools the way they need it. I teach them on best practices. I help them with strategical advice on how to improve their marketing, sales, and service processes. So pretty much everything. And I know the tool very well, but the clients who work with me usually don't. And in these first weeks with HubSpot, when they start working in the software, that's when they usually encounter all the little features that are there and that aren't there. So on a daily basis, really, I get requests from clients what they would like to see in HubSpot. And over time, I realized that oftentimes the requests are really repetitive. So it's the same stuff clients request over and over again. And when I was at Inbound this year, our conference in Boston, I couldn't be more happy to have learned that our prayers have been heard, and actually everything that's been frequently requested by clients has been developed, and even much more. So that's very cool to see. And I even counted it, and it's been the most extensive product announcements we've had in the whole history of HubSpot during this Inbound. And if we were in America, I would now say, are you all excited? And I would hope that you would enthusiastically confirm that you are very excited. But as we aren't in America, I'm just telling you it's very exciting. And I counted, it's 34 new features in total we launched, and even 3 brand new products. But if I would go in detail through all of these different features, you would soon be sitting there like this. So I'm sparing you that, and I decided to just really go through the coolest and most impactful features we launched during Inbound, and also give a little bit of demos so that it hopefully stays interesting. But also don't worry, at the end of the presentation, I have a slide with all the detailed 34 updates, and you can go read it. I guess, Caroline, you will be sharing these slides somehow? Yeah, so you can go have a look at all the different features we announced, and also the Help Center articles that are already there. Okay, so I would say let's get started. This slide, it's probably nothing new to you. HubSpot consists of a marketing hub, a sales hub, and since recently also a service hub. All of this is combined by our powerful CRM. And yeah, so nothing new. All of these hubs exist in different levels. You can purchase them individually or in a bundle in the level of your choice. But what is new now is that we are introducing a full growth suite now. And basically what we did, we took all the 3 hubs and streamlined them to a starter, a professional, and an enterprise level. So all of the 3 hubs are available in each of these 3 levels now. And it's pretty cool because if you are a company that's just starting out and really needs the basic features to get their marketing, sales, and or service department up and running, they can start with a really low investment and just get the starter hubs. And if they are then scaling and growing, their teams get a bit larger, their processes a bit more complex, then they could go and upgrade to professional that has more advanced functionalities. And for the really bigger businesses with complex teams that maybe operate in multiple locations, have multiple brands, they need a lot more sophisticated tools and they could go for enterprise. So we are really proud to say now that HubSpot is actually growing with you. And some of you might have already noticed 2 of the 3 new products that we launched are already here on the slide: Sales Enterprise, Service Enterprise. I will go into the components of these 2 hubs in a bit more detail later. But the 3rd new product we launched is the CMS. So some of you might also know that this is actually nothing new. We were offering a CMS before, but it has always been sold as an add-on to our marketing hub, whereas now it's really a standalone product. So if you just want to start out building your website, you don't need any of the marketing features just yet, you can purchase the standalone CMS and also use our CRM. A lot of acronyms here, I know, but yeah, use our CRM to make your website much more personalized. And yeah, pretty cool. And then you can purchase the hubs when you're ready. Okay, so that's this. And now I would say let's actually go into the product updates right away. First of all, I want to talk a bit about the platform-wide launches. So these launches basically apply to professional and enterprise hubs. First thing I want to talk about is analytics filtering. Analytics filtering, I'm really happy that this has been launched. It's been requested a lot by my clients. What it allows you to do is, probably most of you are already familiar, you have a traffic sources report in HubSpot in which you see the sources your traffic comes from, basically. And what we allow you to do now, if you are in professional, you get 5 additional views for free, analytic filters for free. And if you're an enterprise, you get 25 additional filters for free. So you can filter by URL path, by subdomain, or by country, and you can separate the traffic based on these 3 filters. And it's a really powerful, cool thing. Let's actually have a look at it. It's also live, so after the hack, go to your office, give it a try, it's cool. Right, I have this little video. Yeah. I can't start it. Okay, I have to go here and click. Okay. So how does it work? You would go into your report and click into Analytics Tools, and you get the traffic sources report, and now you see this analytics views thing up here, and you get an overview of all the filters you've built. And for example, here I click on the NAFTA country filter. This just shows the NAFTA countries, the traffic that comes from them. And you can click on Manage Views here and get right into your settings where you have an overview again in reporting, tracking code, and analytics views now. That shows you all the views you've built. And for example, here we have a look again at the NAFTA views. So you see we split it up here by country, United States, Canada, and Mexico. And we get the traffic separately from these countries. A use case would be if you have a blog in French and German, say, and you wanted to only see the traffic coming from your French blog. You can do that now. I call this French blog the filter. And we simply filter by URL path and say our domain is biglytics.net. We can type it in here, /fr for the French website, and then /blog/. Yep, there we go. And what it would do now, we apply the filter. All the blog posts on the French blog, the traffic coming to them would be filtered in this view. And we could do the same for a subdomain. So it's really cool. And another very cool update coming with this, if you are a company that has multiple domains, we allow you now to separate the traffic for your different domains. So previously, if you had separate domains, you could add them all in HubSpot, but you would always only see the traffic from your primary domain. And now at an additional cost, from the 1st November onwards, you can buy so-called brand domains. So you can buy your additional domains and also see the traffic coming from those domains. So really cool. Check it out. Now, why is the clicker not working anymore? Well, let's do it manually. Okay, next one, multi-currencies. That's also really an amazing feature that has been often requested. So if your company also operates in different countries, pounds is unique. So I guess if you work in any other country, you have a need for multi-currencies. So that's really nice. If you are a professional, you can now add up to 30 currencies. And if you are an enterprise, you can add up to 300 currencies. And you just do it in the settings, as you see here. Super easy. You can also add your conversion rate. Is it called conversion rate? When you convert the currency from one to, the conversion rate, and then you can set in your deals which currency that deal is in. And later on in the reports, you even get a calculation of the deal amount in your own native currency, in pounds in that case. So very nice. It's also live, so if you have a need for it, do it right away at home. Good. Additional reports and dashboards. That's the third one. And there are a bunch of things actually coming with that. And it's also very cool if you need sophisticated reporting. So first of all, what we allow you to do now is to add 1 additional dashboard if you are a professional, and 25 additional dashboards if you are an enterprise user. Dashboards, it's if you click into this little sprocket icon, you get to your dashboards that include up to 10 different customized reports. You can customize your dashboards the way you want, and you can add now more to accommodate your needs. So that's really nice. And what we also allow you to do is to add custom reports. So for free, you can just build your own custom reports. Maybe if you have any custom properties you use and want to report on, you can do it now. So for professional users, you can build 20 additional custom reports, enterprise users up to 200, I believe. So very nice if you want to get just more sophisticated reportings. And also we allow you now to report across 2 different data sets. So that's actually very big. Before you could only report, for example, on deals, on companies, on contacts, whereas now you can report on 2 of these object types combined. So let me give you an example. If you want to have a report that shows the deals you closed split up by industry, you couldn't do that before, but because industry is a company or a contact property, whereas the deal amount of deals closed is a deal property, obviously. But now you can actually report across the 2 different data sets, so also opens a whole different level of possibilities in terms of reporting. Also what's new is, let me actually show you that, we have a reports home. So if we go into a HubSpot portal, under reports, we now have a so-called reports home. It's a refresh of the reports dashboard. And as you can see here, you get an overview of all the reports you have in your different dashboards. You can also see which dashboard it is on, who created them, when they've been created, and you can also filter by all of this. So that just gives you a quick overview, especially if you have multiple dashboards or you need to quickly find a report. So also very cool. Also live, as you can see here. So again, try it out. It's good stuff. Right. Now, video marketing. Dan also mentioned it in his presentation. Video is really key for sales nowadays, for services, for marketing anyway. All of those here who are marketeers probably know that you can't really get around video anymore in marketing in 2018. Who of you is already using video in marketing? Hands up. Yeah, that's less than the half. For those who don't do it yet, do it. People want to watch videos. And we cater to this need now. HubSpot has now built in, or we partnered with Vidyard, and you can now upload and host your video files in HubSpot. And you can also do much more. So you can upload and host them. You can add them into your pages with one click. And you can also make them really actionable by adding call to actions and forms to your videos. So that's really cool. And let's have a look how that looks like. Just click here again. Okay. So as a marketer, if you run a campaign and you want to include a video, say, to your landing page, you go here into the file manager. And first thing is you would upload your video. Super simple. Takes a second, but it's loading at the moment. There we go. It's uploaded. We can click into it. And then you would see like you can allow sharing, embedding, and tracking, and change the thumbnail, get a bunch of information here. And now we actually want to upload it into our landing page. So I go into a landing page here that already has a video in it, you will see in a second. Yeah, also HubSpot's internet is sometimes slow. So there's the video. And you see now on the top that you have here a little video icon. So it's really super simple. You don't need an embed code, nothing. You see the videos you uploaded. You can simply insert them. If you've inserted them, you click on the video, you can edit it. And here you have the option to simply add a form or a call to action. So I can choose any call to action I created, insert it, and also choose if I want to show it before the video starts or after it ended. And the same thing applies to forms. I can simply choose one I created and decide if I want to show it before or after the video. So makes your video super actionable. It's really cool. And you can also edit it, like all these things like title, meta, text, to make it really SEO friendly and make sure search engines can read it. You can all do it right here. And you also have the possibility to style it, really just like an image, adjust the spacing, the size, whatever. And the nice thing is when you attach your landing page to a campaign, you then have also the ability in the campaigns analytics, if there was a campaign, you have the ability to also view really detailed video analytics, so how your video performed, how many new leads, etc. you got from it, how many customers, how many revenue you influenced, so you can really tie back your video to an ROI, which is really important for marketers. Yeah. Let me click here again. Right, but it's not only important for marketing. Dan already said it's also important for sales. So who of you is using video in their sales organization? Yeah, okay, a lot less. I was expecting that because it's really not yet a big thing, unfortunately. But also here, my advice, do it. Olivia does it. How does it work for you?
Really good.
It works well, yeah. Dan also does it. People are happy. So, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you send out a text email to a prospect, it's just way less personal than if you send a little video. You see the guy who's trying to get in touch. You see how he acts. It just builds a lot more trust. We use it for prospecting in HubSpot. We've seen great results. So I can definitely just encourage you to try it out. And you can also try it with these new HubSpot video features. What we allow you to do now is you can simply, if you send an email right from a contact record, you also have this little video icon again. You can upload simply in your email a video from the file manager that you uploaded, or you can also record a video right away, share your screen, with the camera. You can simply record yourself. So it's really nice. And if you have the email integration, you can also obviously do it from your Outlook or Gmail email client. So very nice for the sales side. Give it a try. And for services, it's equally cool. For example, myself, I work in customer success, which is kind of services. And I think it's a huge time saver, especially if you get these kind of requests from customers that require such an email. And step 1, you need to click here. Step 2, click here, open this, open that. So it's just a huge time saver if I record a short video showing them where to click. Customers or anybody who has a request feels they get some premium service because you took the time to record a video, although it's actually much less work. So very cool for services too. And is anybody here on Service Hub? Not yet? Okay. If you were on Service Hub, you would also have the ability to build a knowledge base. And also adding videos to your knowledge base is really cool because people like to see videos. It can solve their problem, makes the knowledge base much more helpful, I think. So also cool things you can do here. It's also all live again. So if you use video, want to start using video, give it a try. Very cool. Okay, that's been it for the professional and enterprise features. Now let's have a look at all the features we launched for enterprise and specific, and let's start with the features that apply to all of the 3 enterprise hubs. Okay, first of all, we have enhanced teams. So this is also, I couldn't be happier that this has been launched. It solves for so many of my clients. If you are a bigger organization, it's very likely that you have a complex team structure. One team should be supposed to see content A, one team is supposed to only see content B, or contacts A or contacts B. So you really need a more sophisticated separation in who has which access to what. And enhanced teams allows you to do just that. So I also want to show you what you can do with that actually live here. So let's go into my portal. If you want to set up an enhanced team or enhanced teams in HubSpot, you go here into the settings. And then you click into users and teams. And now you get like all the users you invited into HubSpot, not many here now. And then you also see which team they are at. You can click into a user and assign the team. So nothing new for now. But what is new, you can click into the Teams tab here, create a team. So let's say we are an organization that has a VP of sales who is supposed to have access to everything. And then we have like a sales manager for UK and a sales manager for DACH, and then the sales reps for DACH and the sales reps for UK. And each of these teams should have different access levels. So let's build that. So first of all, we have the VP of sales. And you see here, that's new. We have the ability to assign a parent team to this team. Well, in this case, VP of sales is the most superior level we can have. I am the VP of sales, of course. So I save it. And now you can see here, that's also new. You see how many child teams this team has. For now, there are none, but we change that now. We create another team and we create the sales DACH manager. And we say, okay, this is the sales DACH manager. The parent team in this case would be the VP sales. And now you see VP sales has 1 child team associated. And now we want to have the sales team DACH. Cool. The parent team in that case would be the sales DACH manager. Again, I just associate 1 user. And now we do quickly the same for the sales UK manager. Parent team again would be the VP sales, and say that's the sales UK manager. Lastly, the sales UK team. And the parent team would be the sales UK manager. So quickly done. And now you already see the VP of sales has 2 child teams associated. If we click in it, you see sales DACH manager, sales UK manager, and they each have a child team too, which would be the sales teams. So you can really make a very sophisticated or more granular team structure here. And for each of the teams, you can allow different access levels. So that's a huge improvement, I think. So very, very cool here. And those of you who use Enterprise, go and try it out as well. It's live. Okay, the Slack integration. So you asked it already, Dan, but I didn't see it. Who of you is using Slack? Okay, that's quite a few. You are probably just as myself and all other HubSpotters, you are in Slack probably most days during your workday. And HubSpot wants to be where you are. So what we started now is a Slack integration via a workflow. You can set up different criteria based on which a Slack notification would be sent. And that's also really, really cool. And I show you how it works. It's also live now. So if you're on Enterprise, again, try it out. I have to click again. It's a bit like, ugh. There we go. So how would you set up a Slack notification? You go in a workflow. For now, we want to create a deal-based workflow. And we want to send a Slack notification to the sales team channel whenever a deal has been closed. So that might be a good use case. So as an enrollment criteria, you can select deal. And here we would choose deal stage. We want to choose all the deals that have been set on closed won. Whenever a deal is on closed won, we want to send a Slack notification. So as an action, we choose Slack notification. That's new. And now you can select if this notification should go to a team or a channel, like a person or a channel. So, and then you can also select deal tokens. So we want to select the deal owner who closed the deal and maybe write, okay, maybe I closed the deal. So it would say, Sabine, what does it say? Closed a new deal. And then I also want to show the sales team the amount of the deal. I can also insert the deal token for the deal amount. And then the sales team would get a new notification whenever a deal was closed. So very nice. One slide too far. Okay, I also have the monkey slides. I'm also a big monkey fan, but my presentation is a bit less diverse than Dan's. Dan also had alpacas and ice bears. I stick with the monkeys. Okay, when else could you trigger a Slack notification? Any ideas? When else would that be useful for you?
Need help from an SE? Need help from an SE? So if you have a question,
Yeah.
put it right into Slack, and so an SE can answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Good use case. Emma. Any idea when you want to trigger a Slack notification?
Generally or a workflow?
Generally, with a workflow.
Collaboration, so when you want to speak to multiple people at the same time.
Yeah, when could you want to speak to multiple people at the same time?
Pass.
Okay. Charlotte, do you have an idea?
When a new lead enters,
Yeah.
a new lead that comes through.
Absolutely. So if you have a new marketing qualified lead that sales should take over, you could simply send a, like if you have any criteria set when you have a marketing qualified lead that should be moved to sales, you can then simply select the contact owner who's supposed to get the lead, the sales rep who's supposed to take care of the lead. You could Slack him a notification, hey, qualify that lead or something, totally. Any other ideas?
Support ticket.
Sorry?
Support ticket.
A support ticket? Yeah, absolutely. If a support ticket comes in, you can select the ticket owner, hey, you got a new ticket, take care of it. Yeah, so these are definitely some good use cases. Other ideas is, for example, when you know it, for those who work in sales, if somebody is at the moment engaging with you, for example, opens an email, answers an email, is on a page on your website, if you then jump in and try to make contact that person, likelihood is so much more higher that he actually makes a purchase than if you even just contact him half an hour later. So the quicker you are, the better it is. And Slack notifications would allow you to do that. You can, for example, trigger a notification based on last sales email open date, last sales email reply date, and then just is known and as soon, or like is less than a day ago or something like this. And then as soon as somebody replies or opens your email, you would get a Slack notification, hey, contact that person, he read one of your emails, something like this. So many use cases here. Or even for CSMs. So if you work in customer success, it can also reduce your churn rate. For example, if you use webhooks and you have a software with key features and you can actually use as a trigger if certain key features in your software haven't been used for a longer time, then you could trigger a notification to the customer success manager, hey, person XYZ isn't using the software properly, go and follow up, try to see if you can get him engaged again. So a lot of things, it's very nice. Next one is enhanced predictive lead scoring. So if you are a bigger organization and you have a lot of leads coming in and you can't possibly follow up with all of these leads, then enhanced predictive lead scoring is really a super helpful thing for you. It has been in HubSpot before, like predictive lead scoring, it's nothing new, but we improved it a lot. So now we use artificial intelligence to score the leads, and we factor in 100 of different behavioral, demographic, firmographic components to figure out which lead is most worth chasing, basically. And it gives sales reps a more informed decision on how they should prioritize their lead and who they should tackle first. It's also live. So also here, have a look at it. And this one is also something I really like. It will also solve for many problems I think maybe you even have, my clients definitely have. It's calculated and Rollup properties. So calculated properties, it's kind of clear. You can calculate different things and create custom properties by it. And Rollup properties, that's a bit less intuitive, but what it means basically is that you take a number property from one object and put it into a property of another object. So that sounds also very complicated. Let's have a look. So both of these things I demoed here, how you would build them. Okay, so first of all, no, I didn't click. Yeah. Another try. There we go. Okay, you would go in your settings into properties, and we would now create a deal property. So we want to create a calculated property that calculates you the deal commission of a sales rep. So we call it deal commission. And as a field type, we would use calculation. We calculate custom equation, that's fine. And now we can select a property or write a number here. And we select the deal amount. We want to multiply it by, say our sales commission was 40% in this case, so we can write 0.4. There we go. It's already calculated, new property. And now we can actually go into a deal and view the sales commission for this deal. So here we are in our deal. It's worth $100. Now I'm searching for the deal commission property, and you see it's 40. So $40, 40% of $100. We calculated the deal commission, and that you can use in reportings, everything. Now let's actually have a look at roll-up properties, what it is. So maybe we want to create a property that shows us on the company record the total amount of form submissions. So we call it total form submissions and calculation. And now we will choose the sum because we want to show the total amount of all the forms associated contacts have submitted. And here you select on which property you would want to base it on. In this case, we want to show the number of unique form submissions. That's a contact property. And now we have it. Clicking on the company record, we would now be able to see the total number of forms people associated with this company have submitted. So again, we just search for the property here. Oops. And here we go. So there are a bunch of people associated with that HubSpot company, and in total they submitted 2 forms. We can see it here, and sales reps who just have a look at the company record can make more informed decision how engaged people from this company are with your company. So also here, many different use cases. And question for you guys again? No? There we go. Next slide. No, but before we start with that, question for you again. Do you have any ideas where you could use calculation and roll-up properties? Any other use cases, what you want to calculate or put on another object? Ruth? No idea at all? All right, for the agencies, maybe, Charlotte?
You could do it on any type of activity, so how many times they've been on your site, kind of could you do it between kind of the first time they visited your site compared to when the most recent time was?
You can't compare. So with the calculation, you can use, you can use subtraction and addition, multiplication, and division. Yeah. But for agencies, especially, or also for other companies, it might be useful to calculate your product margin. Something like this you can calculate. Any other ideas? No? Okay. Okay, all right. So let me give you some ideas then. You could also, for example, use it for the sales side again. You could show on a company record the max lead score of any of your associated contacts to see quickly, okay, how many or what is the max lead score any of these companies associated with, any of these contacts associated with a company has. Or we could also, for example, display the total engagements on a company record of all the contacts that are associated with the company. So also quite a few things you can do here to make more informed decisions for the sales rep if they have a look at company records, or also for marketing campaigns. Right, next one, custom bots. That's a very different thing, but is any of you already using bots? You are doing it? What are you using it for?
We use it for lead qualification.
So, are you using the lead qualification HubSpot bot? Or?
We use Intercom at the moment.
Intercom, yeah, okay. That's a bit more sophisticated, I have to admit it at the moment. Anyone else using bots? Yeah. What are you using it for?
We we use them, so we replace our forms with bots, and then as a lead.
Interesting. Cool. Yeah, that's also really interesting. Yeah, so bots are really something very cool to use. And if you want to start out or get more sophisticated with it, custom bots is for you. HubSpot has some pre-built bots recipes kind of in their system already. But now with custom bots, you can pretty much do anything. We allow you two things now, and that is having webhooks in your bots. So for example, if you are an e-commerce company and you want to have a bot that people can ask, how is my delivery status, when is my package being delivered, you probably have a system like Shopify that has all these data in it, and you can use a webhook to pull these data over to your bot. So if somebody asks the bot, okay, when is my package coming, you can get this information via webhook and the bot can display it. Very cool. And the second thing we allow you to do is what you see here. It's custom coding, custom inline coding. So if you have a developer, pretty much there are no borders anymore. You can cater any inquiry that might come across. So everything really you can do with bots now. It's also live. And if you want to dig deeper into bots, you can do it now. Okay, so this has been all the new features that apply to all three hubs, enterprise hubs. And now let's have a look at the features that are only for marketing enterprise. First one is it kind of ties back to this enhanced teams thing. It also helps you to better separate who is able to access what in your company. And content partitioning will be live on from the 1st of November, so very soon. And it allows you to basically say who in your team is supposed to view or edit which content. So if you have multiple brands, for example, one team that's taking care of one brand, one team taking care of the other brand, you can now say, okay, team of brand 1 is only supposed to view and edit landing pages of team 1 and of brand 1, and team for brand B is only able to edit and view content of team B, of brand B. That's it. It will also roll out for all the other content types we have in HubSpot. We start off with landing pages, but it will come for more, and it's also, I think, yeah, it's amazing. We've been waiting for it, so can be super useful. Okay, who is currently leveraging A/B testing of you? You're doing it? You're doing it? You? Okay, how are you using it?
For email, testing subject lines and sending.
Okay, cool. And are you using the HubSpot A/B feature for it? A/B testing feature, okay. And you?
Yeah, HubSpot landing page and emails. You guys.
And you, Dan?
Yep, landing pages, calls to action, and emails.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and do you feel it costs some time to do it? It's a bit time intensive to do it? Yeah, it is. Is there anybody of you who would like to do it but just doesn't have the time? No one? You? Yeah. Okay, the other ones don't seem to be interested in finding out what's working best for them. Fine too. But what we launched now is also a new feature that can really help you to make A/B testing the easiest thing ever, and that is continuous optimization. We start out here with lead flows. So lead flows are these little pop-up and slide-in mini conversion paths we have in the HubSpot software, and that's where we start out with continuous optimization. It's really kind of a unique thing. It doesn't exist anywhere else, I believe. And what it allows you to do is, with one click, take the system or make the system do the work for you and find out which version of your lead flow in this case is working best for you. It has statistical significance. It works with artificial intelligence. So on a continuous basis, simply click this button instead of choosing one of these 4 versions, and it will simply test for you on an ongoing basis which of the 4 versions of the lead flow is working best. And it's even separating it between new customers, visitors, and customers, new visitors, and leads, because for each of these 3 segments, maybe different types work best. So really cool, saves you tons of work, and the winning version will show, but it will also still continue testing and improving on an ongoing basis. So I think this will also come for other features, for other content features soon, but we start out with lead flows, and yeah, it's not yet live, but it's coming soon. Now, Sales Hub Enterprise features. So Sales Hub Enterprise, brand new tool, brand new hub, basically. So let's have a look at some of the features the Sales Enterprise Hub includes. First of all, e-signature. So e-signature is also huge. I had many requests, many people who wanted to see e-signature in HubSpot. We do that now. It removes tons of frictions in the process of getting a pricing quote signed. It's very, very cool. And I also want to show you how it works. So for those few enterprise users here, definitely check it out if you have any pricing quotes you need to get signed. Okay. So how does it work? You go into your deal, and the first thing you have to do is go into the deal, and then you need to add a product. You can only send a quote, create a quote if you add a product. So we do that here. We add our sample product, and then you can set the quantity, how many times you're selling this product, terms and price you can set, save it, and then go back to your deal. And now you see you have your product here, and now you have the ability to create a quote. Okay, creating a quote, easiest thing ever. It's just a few clicks in HubSpot. So you give a name to the quote, set an expiration date, and then you can enter some comments to the buyer as well as some purchase terms. You see it's showing up there. Okay, so that's step one, and then you just can also adjust the branding and add your logo, whatever, to make it a bit more personalized and relevant for your brand. And then you click into next, and you just confirm the buyer information. It basically pulls the contacts and the companies you have associated with this deal. You can also make adjustments to that. I add HubSpot as a company here now. Then you click into next again, and then you just confirm your own information, your own contact and company. And here you can make some final adjustments to the product and also add tax, fees, and discount. So now I'm just adding like a little discount here to that potential buyer of $30, and it will also change. Look, $30. There we go. It also changed the total down here. Adjust it, and now you see you can add no signature, include e-signature, or just have a space for printing signature. So this e-signature thing is new. You can say who's supposed to sign, who's the countersigner, and then you can simply review your quote here, and you see you have this little button here to sign. So it's super easy. You send your quote out, person gets it in an email, can simply sign it online, send it back, deal done. So very easy. And we partnered here with HelloSign, so they are our providers. And yeah, I think it's really exciting. Okay, now I have to get out of here again. Yep, there we are. Okay, and also coming with that is quote approvals. So quote approvals will also help sales teams to just get their quotes approved quicker if, for example, if at a certain discount level or something, the sales manager has to approve the quote before it's actually being sent out. You can do that now. So instead of the sales rep having to run to the manager across the floor, hey, boss, I need to get that approved. No, he can simply request the quote in HubSpot now with one click. Sales manager does one click, approves it, or makes any changes. Or also, if you make any changes to your quote as a sales rep, you can only do that basically when the sales manager approves that. So you can set all kind of different things when a quote should be approved and whatnot. And it's really just 1 or 2 clicks, and then you can get it approved. Super easy process here. And it's in beta, so also coming soon in HubSpot. Right. Last one for the sales side, I believe, is playbooks. So playbooks is something very unique. It doesn't exist anywhere else like this. You know, playbooks, it's what it says, so you can create a playbook for all kind of scenarios. Use case is, for example, if you want to give your sales reps a guideline on what questions they should ask in a discovery call, they say. So make sure that they don't miss out on any question. And it's also live, so if you are a sales enterprise user, you can try it out. No, I want to showcase it basically live here. Okay, let's do it. Let's create a playbook. So we would go into sales, and now we have here playbooks in Sales Enterprise. Okay, we click into create playbook, and then it's really easy. You can add a title, so maybe we want to create a playbook here for a discovery call. We can add a body, some text here, like follow these steps. Okay, then enter, and if you click the plus sign here, you have the ability to enter an image, a video, embed whatever you want, or have a question and answer section. So in this case, discovery call, we want to give the web some guidelines on what questions he has to ask during the call. So we click question and answer, and now we can write in the questions, for example, what is your budget? Maybe we want to know that. What is the company's budget? So there we go. And now you can also add quick replies to just save the web some time during the call. So maybe the budget is 0 to 500, or 500 to 1,000, or over 1,000. Let's just do these options here. And that's it, we save it. And now you see here, you give somebody the ability to choose the options and to write an additional comment. I do 1 second question for the purpose of the example here. So maybe when can you start? And we just want to keep it like that because this should just be a note the sales rep can take himself. So just a note appears, and then we can publish it. And there we go. Cool. And now if we go into our contacts record, and I'm the sales guy now, I want to run the discovery call. I just go into one contact record here. And now down here, you find all the playbooks in that little card that you created. So here we have our discovery call playbook. I'm on the call now. I can simply go here. I can ask the questions I see, simply write some notes, more budget next year, whatever. And when can you start? Now. Okay, I can save it as a note. And now, when we go in here, you can also see the playbook has been recorded. So it's really handy also for the sales manager later on. If you're a new sales rep, he wants to verify what you've done, what you've spoken in the call, he can just go in here and see, get all the answers, all the notes. So it's very handy, and makes sure people stick to the process, because processes are a good thing. Okay, here, 1 step back. So again, up to you. A question like, do you have any ideas when else you could use playbooks other than a discovery call?
Customer service.
Customer service, how there?
Maybe a complaint or a tricky situation, maybe resolving issues with software or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, if you have, as you say, like a tricky situation or something, you might want to give your service reps a little guideline of what questions they should ask in order to make sure that they really understood the problem, or like, have you deleted your cache and cookies, stuff like this, because that often, believe me, deleting cache and cookies solves a lot of problems. So these kind of questions you might want your service reps to ask in a call. Any other ideas? For service, maybe? Any other idea?
You could do it for like onboarding. So if you're an agency and you've got a new client that's onboarding.
Absolutely, yeah. That's definitely also a good use case. Or also if you could even use it kind of as a little internal knowledge base. So for the service teams, if you have like recurring questions, like very typical questions your clients are asking, you don't have to go with these question answer thing. You can also include videos or images or text and just make playbooks for the most common questions, and provide the answers, and your service reps, when they are on the call, can just quickly click on the playbook and get the answer there. So that's also definitely use case. Also for all other kind of sales calls, maybe for the first demo, like what steps the sales rep should go through. So many things you can do with it. It's really cool. And it's also available in the Service Hub. That comes in 1 second, because this is our second new product, however you take it. So Service Hub Enterprise, let's talk about the features this one includes. And the first one is Health Score. So Health Score, it's kind of the idea like lead scoring. So again, we use artificial intelligence to basically check the health of a contact. And we take into consideration, again, all kind of different factors. For example, how many support tickets have been opened recently, or in the whole lifetime of that contact. So all kind of these things to actually say how healthy a client is. And sales rep can use that again for prioritization to see which tickets they should work through first. Or you can even use it, for example, for promoter campaigns in marketing to see who are your healthiest and happiest customers, and use that for a campaign. So very nice for big service teams, again, who have too many tickets to actually go through them all or quickly. And then here, this is not, the playbooks feature is not new. I've talked about it for sales, but we also talked about the examples for services. So if you have service enterprise, you can use playbooks too for all of these question-answer things, common questions you should ask your clients when solving an inquiry. And goals is also something that's in beta now. It's basically, I mean, sales reps are measured on revenue goals usually. You also have this goals feature for a sales enterprise as well. So you can now set a revenue quote for your sales team on a monthly, quarterly and yearly basis. And for service teams, they are also usually measured by something. It can maybe be the NPS score, or it can be the average ticket resolution time, things like this. And all of these different metrics you can now set as a goal in the settings, and your service reps can also track how they perform against their metric. So also really cool. And that's actually been it already for now. I hope some of these features are also relevant to you. And call to action again, like when you're back in the office, have a look at it, try it out. Caroline is sharing the slides, so you can also go through the videos again and see how it works exactly. Check out the knowledge base articles that are in the resources in the back. And I'm not an experienced speaker like Dan, so if you have any feedback, any positive feedback for me, if you liked it today, I would love you to share it with me. Just write me an email, tell me how much you liked it. If you have any question, also just write to me, I'm happy to answer it. But also, obviously, if you have less good feedback, I want to hear it. I want to improve. So if you have less good feedback, share it too with me. But then please share it with my superior. Okay? So that's where the less good feedback goes to. But yeah, for now, as if you know the HubSpot Academy and all these videos, happy HubSpotting, you know it. So happy HubSpotting for now. That's the resources. So there you see everything. Thank you.